Hello everyone. Topic: government shutdown. This is a golden opportunity for President Trump. I don't know how many of you remember, but back when Bill Clinton was president, he did a big government shutdown with a big fight, and it was a real big deal. And as much as I detest that pervert, Bill Clinton, anyone who watched that play itself out has to admit that Clinton did a masterful job, an absolute masterful job of playing that particular game in the government shutdown when he was president. And I believe it may have been Dick Morris who was helping to guide President Clinton, because it was fairly epic. It was a huge news story at the time. It was the biggest issue going on because it went on for weeks, and it finally built up to the crescendo when it got to the point where will they actually let there be a government shutdown, and Clinton held his ground. He played hardball, and then he executed a brilliant strategy and completely turned the tables on the Republicans. He massacred them. In fact, it was such a devastating blow that it was really the dagger in the chest of Newt Gingrich which really led to his downfall. The fact that Bill Clinton just destroyed him in the government shutdown affair just destroyed Newt Gingrich, and after that he was done. President Clinton did a masterful job of handling that situation and making the Republicans look bad, and made them the scapegoats, made them the ones responsible for it all. They took all the heat, they took all the political hits, and it was well executed by Clinton. It would serve Donald Trump very well to go back and review exactly how that played itself out, because he could use this to great political advantage. Because remember, when they talk about government shutdown, they want you to believe that the government's going to shut down and all of a sudden the entire world is just going to come to a grinding halt. This is not true. When you have a government shutdown, the only thing that really has to end is like payments to discretionary programs or things like national parks and things like that. The president can then, once the government shutdown occurs, he can pick and choose which things he wants to continue to fund. And what Bill Clinton did was he continued to make sure that everyone got their Social Security check, that everyone got their Medicare bills paid, that everyone got their welfare checks, that everyone got their benefits. What he did was he shut down things that really didn't do any harm to anyone and allowed him just to take advantage of the political situation. Donald Trump could do the exact same thing. Bill Clinton was also able to direct fire directly on Republicans and even some Democrats, actually, who were obstructing. Donald Trump could do the exact same thing. And remember, there are Republicans who are being just as much obstructionist in this particular affair as there are Democrats. Well, not as many in number, but certainly they're having a major impact. So this is a golden opportunity for Trump to stand his ground, do the government shutdown, stand up for his wall, and turn his guns on the Republicans that are getting weak in the knees and not standing in there and fighting for the president to get his wall. And I think it's politically imperative that Donald Trump not back down, that he go ahead with this government shutdown, and he can decide which programs he continues to fund. He'll make sure everyone gets their welfare check. Everyone will get their food stamps. Everyone will get their Medicaid, their Medicare. All that stuff he can do with the stroke of a pen to make sure all that stuff is done. It's just a bunch of incidental, non-essential government services that wouldn't be paid. You would have a bunch of government workers that will be sent home, but what generally happens after a government shutdown is they end up getting back pay for that anyway. So government workers are hurt by that, but they usually get that money paid back to them anyway. So this is a golden political opportunity. I believe that if Trump backs down, which you hear rumblings of that now, that he's willing to put this off to October, I think it's a huge political mistake for him to do, because you have to understand how the Democrats play. If Donald Trump backs down on this and tries to push his wall off until October, they'll use another game to run on him again and force him to back down again. Because once you back down against them, we saw it with Michael Flynn, we saw it with Jeff Sessions recusing himself. Backing down and against the political pressure to the Democrats is a loser. It's a loser every time. So what he needs to do is to stand strong, play the game, and force the government shutdown and handle the situation in a way similar to what Bill Clinton did. He may want to call Dick Morris in. Dick Morris is still out there. He still does political opinions. He's a Trump supporter. I'm sure that good old Dick, being a shrewd political player and a very good political mind, could help guide Trump through this process so that he would come out a big winner. At the same time, he could also identify the Republicans who are clearly trying to thwart him and are not on the team. This is very important. But the most important reason is that here's what I guarantee you will happen. Please, if anyone can get this video to Donald Trump, if you're watching this, if anyone on your campaign is watching this, please listen very, very carefully to what I'm about to tell you now, because this is exactly what is going to happen to you. If you back down, and you decide, okay, well, I guess we have to back down. We don't want a government shutdown. We don't want the political stuff to bite us in the butt, and we'll push it off to October. When October comes around, they'll just come up with another political ploy to put you in the same boat. And then, when 2018 or 2020 comes around, I absolutely guarantee you that Democrats, especially the person running against him, will go out there on the stump and they'll say, and Donald Trump even lies to his own supporters. He promised them all these things. Remember when he promised them the border wall? Well, he lied about that too. That's what they're going to do to you, President Trump. They are going to deprive you of this wall every opportunity they can, and then in 4 years, they are going to come back and point you out as being a liar for not delivering on the wall. That's exactly what they're going to do. And their allies in the press, and Democrats, and everyone else, and Republicans who hate you, they're going to jump on the same bandwagon. They're going to use this to screw you. That's exactly what they're going to do. I've seen this stuff happen time and time again. You cannot back down. Stand your ground, President Trump. Do the government shutdown. If you need a political mind who's pretty savvy to guide you through it, give good old Dick Morris a call. Give Dick a call. And stand your ground. Do the government shutdown. Take full advantage and win. And get your fucking wall. That's all I got.